So altogether, that is uh, the basic uh, teaching in Vipassana meditation. The other things which we have to look for once we start practicing. Now, it's important that by this time you've actually done a few minutes of sitting meditation and are considering uh, the idea of doing 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day of this. People who have already started practicing but haven't had any guidance try to do at least 15, 20 minutes at a time sitting meditation. Start with 15, even uh, these are for people who have practiced before. For people who haven't practiced, start with 5 minutes. When you feel comfortable, try to move up to 10 minutes. But before we get that far, I'd like to teach a little bit about walking meditation because it's very important to do walking meditation as well. I'll talk about that in the next series, in the next episode in this series. In this episode, I'd like to give a few pointers. This is the second part to the second part, the second part to the second episode. I'd like to give a few pointers now. Once you started to practice the 4 foundations of mindfulness, how is it that you actually stay mindful? And we can see that mindfulness has something to do with using a word. Mindfulness, the word sati, means to remember or to remind yourself. So we use the word to remind ourselves of the bare reality of the phenomenon. So when we feel pain, it's only pain. When we feel happy, it's only a feeling. It's only a happy feeling. And we don't identify with it as me or mine. It's only happy. It's only pain. And we can see this as a profound effect on how we look at the things around us. But there are 4 important points that we have to keep in mind when we're practicing the 4 foundations of mindfulness. There's probably a lot of points, but I've come up with 4 based on what my teacher taught me. The first one is that we have to stay in the present moment. We cannot be mindful of things which have happened in the past or things which are going to happen in the future. This is not reality. Those things have either disappeared already or haven't come yet. In either case, they don't exist. So when we say rising, falling, rising or falling, we have to say it as the belly is actually rising. When it's rising, rising at the same time. When it's falling, we have to say falling at the same time. So when we feel pain, it has to be at the moment when there's pain, and so on. It has to be done in the present moment. Number 1. Number 2, it has to be carried out continuously. This will be more important when we do walking. We have to do walking and sitting together. But continuously means we also have to incorporate it into our lives if we really expect to have any kind of success. And this is great for people living in the world because you meet with all sorts of stressful and upsetting, unpleasant situations that we have to deal with. So when you feel the 5 hindrances, liking, disliking, drowsiness, distraction, or doubt come up in your daily life, it's most important that you're mindful of them then as well. When you feel pain or aching, it's important that you take a moment, even headaches, that you take a moment to be mindful of the headache, to get your mind centered and calm again, so that even though the pain and the aching is still there, you're not upset by it. Number 2, it has to be carried out continuously. So try to incorporate the 4 foundations of mindfulness into your daily life. Number 3, mindfulness has to be accompanied by 3 factors. 1, you need effort. By the time when you say rising, falling, it's not just a magical word that you say in your mind and poof, something happens. At the time when you say rising, you have to send your mind out again and again and again. Whatever arises, we have to be mindful of it. When we feel pain, we have to send our mind out. Don't be lazy. When we feel tired, don't just give up and go to sleep, and so on. We need effort, number 1. Number 2, we need awareness. It means we need to be aware. When we say rising, we can't just say it up in our mind. We have to go send the mind out to the stomach and say, as in the stomach we say it, rising, and in the stomach we say falling. When we have pain, we send the mind and we're actually aware of the pain. This is called sampajanya. And number 3, we need mindfulness. And mindfulness is not simply knowing the object. This is called sampajanya. Satima means to remind ourselves about the true nature of the object, that this is only rising, this is only falling, this is only pain, this is only anger and greed, and so on. They're not me, they're not mine, they're not good, they're not bad. This way. This is the third important thing, that we need these three factors in our mindful meditation. Number 4, we need to balance the mental faculties. And so I'm giving lots of lists here. All these things are available on one of my websites. I'll try to post links to the text versions of this if you want to go read. But the five faculties are things that exist in the mind. There's confidence, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. These are important, good things that exist in the mind. Confidence and wisdom have to go together. If we have lots of wisdom, it leads to doubt. If we have lots of confidence, it leads to greed. Until wisdom and confidence are balanced. People who have too much faith but no wisdom, they leads them to be have greed. People who have lots of wisdom but no confidence, it leads them to doubt. Effort and concentration have to balance together. People who have a lot of effort but no concentration, it leads them to be distracted. People who have lots of concentration but no effort, it leads them to be lazy or drowsy, to fall asleep in their meditation. So these have to be balanced together. And mindfulness is what balances. So when you feel drowsy, you have to say drowsy. When you feel distracted, you have to say distracted. When you feel greedy, you have to say greedy, greedy. When you feel doubt, you have to say to yourself doubting, doubting. In this way, the faculties become balanced. Don't let one of them become unbalanced. And this is a good way to figure out what is the problem. If you come across problems in your meditation, you can say, oh, I have too much concentration, not enough effort. So you get up and do walking instead, or so on. Oh, I have lots of wisdom, I don't need to read anymore, but I need confidence, so I have to practice to really learn it for myself or get confidence. These are the basics of meditation. Well, these are actually advanced points of consideration for meditators. So once you've started practicing, you should keep these 4 points in mind during your practice. And now I'd like to do a guided sitting meditation. Not really guided, we'll just do another 5 minutes. Close your eyes, watch the stomach rising and falling. Only now incorporate all of these things I've said, at least the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Feelings, mind, body, feelings, mind, and Dhamma all together. We'll do it, you can hit pause and do it for 5 minutes. You can do it for as long as you like. Hit pause, and when you're ready, unpause, and we'll say goodbye. Okay, that's enough. Another important point in meditation is once we finish sitting practice, that we extend thoughts of uh, gratitude towards our parents and our teachers, and thoughts of goodwill towards all those beings that we might have any sort of anger or thoughts of revenge towards, and that we wish well-being to all beings in the universe. This is optional, but considered a useful and important tool for any meditator. After we finish meditation, that we send some kind of good thoughts to a whole list of people who have helped us or who have hurt us in the past. Okay, please tune in next time hopefully for some instruction on walking meditation.